Welcome to Refirement Life, the podcast for anyone navigating life transitions or planning to make life transitions to ensure your next years are your best years. Listen in for insightful, generous, and sometimes humorous conversation. It's time to get fired up with Christine Zamuda and Muge Wood, your hosts for this latest episode of Refirement Life.
Hello and welcome to Refirement Life. We have maybe our most special edition yet. This is episode 91, and we are broadcasting live from Africa. I can't believe we're saying this. Welcome, Muge.
Hello, Christine. I just could not believe this. When we started our podcast 3 years ago, I would not imagine we would be at this stage of experiencing life from South Africa. So I'm absolutely thrilled to talk about our shared experiences. And we have some special guests who will weigh in here. Can't wait.
Yes. So if you all follow the podcast, and for those who don't, we had on our series, Lori Zelko, who is the lead and founder of Wonderwell Travel. And Lori told us then about the beautiful experience that, women who may not even know each other have when they get a little bit adventurous and sign up for trips to see the world. We were inspired by that talk so much that we signed up for one of her trips, and we're here now in Africa. It's amazing. So welcome back, Lori. Lori's here with us today. Yay! And we traveled with eight women. We also have Beth. Beth is going to share some of her experiences. Hello, Beth.
Hi. Great to be here.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Christine.
Of course. All right. So let's just get into the dialogue. We experienced such an incredible trip. We had the beauty of Cape Town, the natural beauty of Cape Town, going to the top of Table Mountain for incredible views. We were at the very, very southern tip of Africa and did a wonderful climb up the Cape of Good Hope. I mean, these experiences are just amazing. We also spent time in wineries, and we've spent the last 4 days in the jungle in South Africa at the Timbabati Reserve.
Yes, right next to Kruger National Park.
Yes. So with all these experiences, I'm just going to open it up for questions, and please, like anyone, share perspectives. But the first one I have, given that we were at the very southern tip of the continent of Africa, this question came to mind. Did being at the edge of a continent shift how you think about boundaries or possibilities in your own life?
Yes, it was fascinating to be there. And in terms of boundaries, I mean, I always feel like these trips are pushing the limits or pushing our own boundaries. And this certainly met that. I mean, it was quite an aggressive hike, I think, for all of us. But we made it, and everybody stepped out of their box a bit. And I think we had fun doing it. So we actually had one person on the trip who has had some challenges with heights and stairways and things along those lines. And she did this hike, and it was an amazing accomplishment for her. So it was really exciting in that respect.
Yes. And inspiring to all of us, because we all carry different things, right? So when you can see someone being so strong and so amazing and witnessing that, it just, hopefully that's a lesson that we all take away for whatever we're facing, that you can do it one step at a time.
I think standing behind a sign collectively with 8 amazing women that says you are at the most southwestern point of continent of Africa was very special. Not to mention we navigated some terrain with boulders and wind-swept highlands. I mean, it was a little much at times. But even though we all travel quite a bit, it just gave me confidence that I can do this, that I can take on things that I haven't done before and use it as opportunity to expand my horizons. So I felt very accomplished in that moment in a different way. Not from like a meeting your deadlines and getting promoted, but like a life skill type of situation, and to be able to share it, it was pretty special.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we're talking about going out of your comfort zone and testing your boundaries. The safari aspect of this. We saw so much wildlife and unbelievably at close range. So this next question, on a safari, you're not in control, right? We're not driving. We are, way, I would say, uneducated about the wild and how things work in the jungle. But this question for any of you, what did this teach you about control, patience, or trust? And was there a moment in the wild that gave you a sense of awe or humility?
Okay, I'll take that. To be honest, no one knows this. I was petrified of going on the safari. I loved the itinerary that Kelly had. I always wanted to go to Cape Town. I loved the farm spa we went to, but I was dreading the safari. I'm petrified of these animals. So we got there. And also I didn't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning in the dark. I'm even afraid of that. The safari, the whole thing with the animals, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so peaceful. It's how life should be.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the rhino, which is one of the top 5 dangerous animals. And all these birds were trotting around his back. And he was just so cool with it. And the lion lying there chilled and staring at me or all of us. I wanted to get out and pat him. I'm too practical for that. But as I said, this is everybody in this environment. It's the way the world should be and humans should be.
Right.
From the United States, everybody's always jumping on each other.
Sure.
That's how I thought the safari would be in the animals.
Yeah.
And they're not. I love them.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's so beautifully said, Beth. I think you encapsulated how we generally felt. I was also petrified.
Oh,
I've done a lot of research coming before this trip.
Maybe too much.
And my questions were like, will these animals jump on vehicles? Why would they not jump on vehicles? Or how are these vehicles set up? Research, calling Christine, how is this going to work? So then get in the Jeep. And then I reached the point of having to let go of control and accepting what is and enjoying the moment. That happened to me a couple times during our experience. One is at nighttime, we ran into the pride of lions, and one of the females are staring at us like open eyes, observing. We are looking back like there's nothing we can do at that moment but to appreciate the majestic nature of these animals and actually how peaceful they are, to your point. And then another day when we ran into the elephants, the baby elephant, the teenage elephant, and the elephant herd, and they started coming at us to our vehicle. And then I'm like, I hope they take a turn because they are coming straight at us. And they did, because they are, to your point, peaceful, beautiful animals. And they, as long as they are not threatened, that's what I learned, they want to live their lives. So we are really the ones that they're concerned about. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just incredible. I mean, the baby elephants, I was pretty calm with the exception of this morning when the hyena coming around the back and just hearing a story of a hyena taking a young child and not having such a great experience to want to replicate that definitely scared me. I mean, I thought that thing could jump on the car.
Any one of them could. but they didn't.
They didn't.
Well, and the guides are so important because they're so knowledgeable about the animals, right? They give us all confidence and comfort in, going out there and being face to face with them. They know how to behave so that the animals are calm and not aggressive. So
Yeah.
that made a big difference, I think.
So knowledgeable. So thinking also just, for our listeners who don't have the advantage of seeing these animals, I want to take them a little bit farther into the experience. Thinking about while you were there, what is one sensory moment you'll never forget? Like the smell, the sound, or the light? And how did that make an impression on you?
I think the sounds were amazing, the sight for sure. But then when the nighttime comes and the beautiful stars, it just takes us to a moment where sound, I think, gains prominence. So hearing the sounds, some of which I had no idea what they were, come to learn that some of them could be coming from hyenas, birds, and others, and hearing that sort of symphony of sounds, it was very humbling and also impressive to be in the middle of all of this.
Yeah.
And I found the smell very fresh, as opposed to like the zoo. Zoos are wonderful, don't get me wrong, but sometimes they smell. And here it's all fresh, along with the landscape, the animals, like who bathed them.
And the sunrises and sunsets, I mean, being an artist, they look like they were painted at times. I mean, just beautiful colors that we don't see from our vantage point where we live. And
there is one picture of us. We are in the safari vehicle. It's taken from the front against I think it was sunset. And it looked like we were placed there. It was that perfect. And speaking of the sensory moments, when I mentioned this trip to my coworkers, my friends, they were generally like, why would you go that far? Just watch these animals in a documentary at a zoo. Why would you go through all this effort? And the why became abundantly clear through the experience. It's because we are in the environment. All your senses are engaged. The majestic beauty of the environment is just stunning. So, yeah, you can experience those from TV.
Right.
I mean, for me, it was the sight, the seeing the animals in their natural environment and so close. You just don't have that experience anywhere else. It was amazing. Even looking eye to eye, with the lioness, it was just spectacular. So.
I mean, literally awestruck.
Yeah.
And when I saw those baby elephants, I just started to cry. I mean, I was just so happy. It was just amazing, like to see that. And it's just so special. Speaking of special, I think a unique aspect of this trip is the way we traveled. We traveled with a group of women, and I'd just like to maybe open that up. I've never done a trip like this with people. I knew you, Muge, I knew you, Lori, and then we had 5 other like wonderful ladies. Maybe we should share a little bit about what that experience was like for some of our listeners, because so many people want to travel and maybe don't have a significant other or a friend who's willing to go to a trip like this. What did you think about that part of it?
It was amazing. I mean, I think sometimes it's best not to overthink and go for where your heart takes you. I did want to experience South Africa. It was very appealing to me to be with a group of women over the age of 50 who share the experience of travel and who want to do this. So I didn't overthink to say, I don't know them. How is this going to go? What if we don't get along? I was excited. I said, this is a shared foundation we have, and I can't wait to hear and get to know each other. And it proved over and above the experience, it completely enriched it. Like I could be in this safari vehicle, even with my family, that would be good. But the shared experience has made it so much richer. And I think we were talking amongst themselves. We have been the happy safari vehicle. Several vehicles passed us by, and we are looking at them. We're like, "Good morning, hello," and they're like, what is this? You look overly engaged, overly happy. And because we are.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it extra special for me. And I am just really grateful to have this experience.
Yeah. I would also say that I learned something from each person on the trip, which I didn't expect. When I travel with my girlfriends, I know them really well. You kind of have the same conversation, their family, but I learned something from every single one of these wonderful ladies. And
Fun. It was fun, right? We laughed a lot, which it happens on a lot of these trips. I'm not quite sure why, but maybe it's getting out of your, routine. And there's just funny things that happen. Funny topics that come up too.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's the combination of the women here. No one complains. I've been on a women's trip where I was fortunately had a friend with me. We left it and did our own thing because they complain so much. Maybe it starts at the top with Lori. She takes care of everything.
yeah,
There's
it was
nothing
very,
to complain about here.
very well run. And let's talk about the accommodations here.
Oh.
I did not expect to be hampered, spoiled, to live in these beautifully designed. They're not tents. I mean, what would you call them?
we were saying it was like glamping.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
like almost a
glamping.
cabana.
It's a luxury tent is what it's called, but it is more like a cabana.
Right.
Or a cottage.
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cottage. I think that's
Beautifully decorated
Yeah.
cottage.
Yeah. They're decorated by a designer. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
beds are very comfortable. The shower's fantastic.
Yeah, indoor and outdoor shower.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The meals,
Yeah, let's
um,
the
yeah,
service
the
amazing.
service, yeah. I mean, I think it's an outstanding group of 10 very special individuals who make our experience truly magical. And that's not exaggeration. The chef, Caribou, our guides, it's just all of it is so special beyond. I think we had some of our best meals.
Yeah.
On the trip we're here.
And dessert with every meal. It was that inspiring. So 10 pounds heavier, but much happier. So just love it.
Yeah. And the place that we stayed, for anyone who's interested, the Amaya Lodge in the Timbavati, I can't say that, area right next to Kruger.
And Babylon Storin.
Oh, yeah, let's talk
Right?
about that.
Babylon Storin, the farm.
Mhm.
So you mentioned that we did Cape Town, the Winelands, and the safari. And the Winelands portion, for the Winelands portion, we stayed in this, on-site farm, large farm and vineyard called Babylon Storin. It was really fantastic experience. Had an on-site spa. I had one of the best spa services I think I've had, and massage. I don't even like a massage, but it was wonderful. And then so many activities to do
Mhm.
there. I think we all said we would have liked an additional day there. So that was fantastic too. And even the hotel in Cape Town on the marina was wonderful. Great location, beautiful hotel, good food, all of that.
Yeah, I thought I wasn't a nature person. I am like an indoor office worker. But then I'm like, maybe I am. I just need to be in settings like this to enjoy the nature.
Right.
So thank you, Lori, for that experience. And the other thing I'll say is, what you put together here as a vision has been very impactful, giving us opportunity to have the shared experience. And our title has been Wonder, Wine, and Wellness. And it was far beyond the title. We have been experiencing all elements of this in abundance, the wine component especially.
Yeah.
So it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, I would say, and you use these terms a lot, this trip, elevated and curated,
Yes.
but I would also say not overdone.
Mhm.
Like, it was very authentic experience. It was incredibly special, a trip of a lifetime. And I think, these 8 women were bonded for life because of what we saw together and experienced together. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. And really a mix of people too. And this is the case with these trips to other locations, at least the ones that we've run so far, where Some women are divorced, some are, never married and don't have children, some are married. It's really a mix demographically, and we always have a good time. It works very well, really.
That's awesome.
Anyway, hopefully many more.
Yes. So I think to possibly wind down, I think one last question would be good, and this is a thoughtful one. What part of this journey do you want to carry back into your daily life, and how will you make sure it doesn't get lost?
Okay, so there are a couple things I would like to do. One, I would like the chef of the lodge to go with me to Houston. I would like an outdoor shower.
Yes.
That was very nice. But besides those points, I just want to practice more respect for the nature. Maybe I want to look for a way to support animals more. And just really appreciate the sunrise and sunset. Take the time to do that. So it's just really helped me see nature in a deeper, richer way that I hope I can bring a glimmer of back home.
Yeah. And it's hard to keep it. It's hard to keep it close because things get busy, or you're on your screens and so forth. But yeah, I think those are great things. Okay. Anyone else? There's so much.
When I would get upset about with someone or something, I'm just going to think of those animals. The rhino with the birds on his back. Let my thoughts go there and not cursing to myself.
It's a good visual reminder, isn't it?
Is.
Just visualize that beautiful moment.
Picture and it'll be in my mind forever.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I think also for me, I mean, I'm always connected to the music, but like keeping the playlist that had some African music and putting that on at certain times, and just, it takes you back to where you were and what you saw and what you experienced.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I like hearing the feedback. I'm so happy and thankful that you all came on this trip. And I am taking away from this trip and others what people are saying about it. I mean, I love designing the experiences and trying to make sure that it's the best it can be for everybody that comes on the trip, and just continually make them better. So I really appreciate the feedback and the participation.
Yeah. Well, and we'll have our eyes peeled on Wonderwell Travel, the Facebook group, what's coming next. You have a couple trips. Do you want to mention any of them that aren't yet
We have one coming up for Morocco. That one is mixed gender. Right now it's all females, but it's open to men as well. And that's in October. And then the, kind of in the works are a trip to Puglia, Italy. That's a small group women's trips. And potentially in 2027, Vietnam and Cambodia, maybe going back to Slovenia and Croatia. And we're always taking feedback on and input on places people want to go, and then designing trips around those locations.
So to find your trips, you could search in Facebook for Wonderwell Travel, and then your website.
You can just search online for Wonderwell Travel.
Okay.
And that's probably the easiest way to do it.
Okay, great.
Awesome. I would say go on these adventures. Take the precautions on anything that concerns you, but go on them. It's so worth it. It's okay. Take your shots, take your pills, pack accordingly, but just go because it is life-changing. I think it makes us better personally and professionally. So go for it. And when I was talking to some of my coworkers, one said, why can't you just go to normal places like California, Hawaii? I'm like, well, those places are boring. I've been to those places. Yeah. And then the expression that popped to my mind is, ships are safest at the harbor, but that's not what they are made for.
Oh,
they are
like
made to sail, even if they experience waves, because that's what they are made for. And I think we are some pretty good ships around here. So looking forward to it. What brings it next?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And life's not a spectator sport. You just got to say yes. You got to go. You got to dive in with both feet and see what's on the other side.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we will be signing off. Thanks for listening, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening. Our hope is to spark a little joy, inspire, and educate our listeners in ways to live an even more meaningful life. If you have reactions to share from what you've heard, please visit our website, refirement.life, to leave a voice message. You may even be featured in a future episode. To keep in touch, subscribe to our podcast, Refirement Life, using the podcast player of your choice. Always remember, you are never too old to set a new goal or to dream a new dream. Thanks again for joining us on this episode. Until next time.